Happy holidays, Cap fans, and welcome to the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast. This is Rick Verbonis. I'm your host, and this is episode 271. And it's also the Christmas Eve episode if you're listening or watching on the day this comes out. So happy holidays. And, I've got a co elf. His name is Bob Lucius. Oh, Bob. Why did Captain America not open Thor's Christmas present?
No idea, Rick.
He didn't want to steal his thunder.
Classic. Classic, Rick.
Merry Christmas Eve, Bob. How are you?
Good. What a joyous season, Rick.
It is. And it got here fast. I don't know about you, but
Oh my gosh, yes.
time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you're listening on the day this comes out, it is Christmas Eve. And tomorrow's Christmas. And of course, for those out there who don't celebrate, we're still wishing you happy holidays. We had Hanukkah and not too long ago. And coming up, we've got Kwanzaa. So there's all kinds of festivities.
Festivus?
Yes. Oh, but for the
Festivus?
best of us. Yeah.
Yes, right.
Right. Bob, are you excited for Christmas?
I am. We're spending it at home this year, but we are zipping over. I live on the west coast of Florida, but we're going to zip over for Christmas Day to the east coast of Florida, where my in-laws live, and my wife's extended family, and spend Christmas Day with them before we head back. We got to head back because we are cat sitting. The neighbor's cats. So in addition to our three, we got their three. We gotta look after.
That's
so.
a great excuse. Oh,
it
we
really
can't
is.
stick around. Oh, those
Right.
darn cats.
Those cats.
Those cats can't go 3 hours without human
That's
checking
exactly
up on them.
right. That's right. Yeah. So
That's
that's my deal. How
that's
about yourself?
fun.
You got any big plans?
Well, we have a tradition in my family. My the mom of my kids and I have been divorced for a while, but we still kind of split the holidays. And the kids like coming here for Christmas Eve because they like
Mhm.
waking up on Christmas morning at my place, which is nice. So that's always a nice tradition. I read the
Yeah.
night before Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
We watch a movie.
Yeah.
They spend a little time with their mom's side of the family, and then tomorrow, for Christmas. Oh my goodness. There's again waking up with my side of the family. Then they go to their mom's grandma and grandpa, and then they spend time with their mom. Then they come back and go to my current wife's family and go see them. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like 4 Christmases and a funeral or whatever you want to
Right.
call it. But
Yeah.
God bless them. They love spending time with all the families. So
Yeah.
that's what it's all about for
It
me.
is. It is. I have to tell you, I was a little bit melancholy leading up to this Christmas. I know you probably get where I'm coming from. My son just turned 16, and he's like, oh, I'm like, what do you want for Christmas? And he's like, oh, I'd like some ambient lighting for my car. Right. And I'm like, I miss the old days of like, I used to go overboard. My wife would be like, okay, here's your limit, for
Uh-huh.
Christmas presents. And then
Yeah.
I'd like bust the limit and get cool stuff, and it'd be so much fun. And I'd take them out and throw carrots, those little baby carrots on the front lawn, and then go back
Yeah.
out at night and chew them up,
Uh-huh.
and like because the reindeer would have come, and like obviously I can't do that anymore. I guess I could, but I didn't really enjoy it back then. But I just miss that magic. And even when we put
Yeah.
up the tree this year, I know gosh, what's the Polar Express,
Oh, love that
right?
movie.
You remember
Yeah.
the little silver bell,
Yeah, yeah. Can you
and
hear it? Yeah.
exactly. So when Bobby, my son, first saw that movie, I went out and I looked everywhere to find a silver bell just like that, and I put it on the tree, and I would always pretend I couldn't hear it. And so when we put up the tree this year, I hung the bell on the tree, and I went, oh, I still bell's still broken, sort of thing. And he's like, you're
Why
an
do we
idiot.
keep putting this up?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
do we keep putting this up if it's broken? And he's like, just stop it already, Dad. Yeah,
Ah.
So I miss having young ones around.
I hear you. I
Yeah.
totally do. I mean, there's I mean, it's so much fun buying toys, think about
Really?
it. For us,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, that's fun. Yeah.
I
And
know.
and and, and my kids, God bless them, they still want me to do some of the things that I used to do.
Oh, that's
And
great.
I don't know who's listening, so I don't want to give anything away because
Yeah.
Santa comes and
Well, yeah.
there's that specialness there.
Right.
By the way, if you get an opportunity, you know what? Maybe I'll share this in the Facebook group on
Mm.
Christmas Day, if I can remember. Um, J.M. DeMatteis wrote a short story, very short, and it is illustrated, and it's not a comic book, but it's an
Uh-huh.
illustrated short story about Christmas and Santa coming, and I get choked up every time I read it.
Really?
And every year he shares it,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "Oh, here's my annual, retelling of this story."
Yeah.
And I will, I know it's not Captain America related, but it is JM De
Yeah.
Mateus,
Well, there
and
you
maybe
have
I'll
it.
share it in the group.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to read that. So,
It's a beautiful story.
yeah. All
Especially
right.
anyone with kids will get choked up.
Yeah, and I know we got a lot of listeners who have kids. We have a lot of listeners whose kids are grown up, but a lot of listeners that have grandkids by now as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they all get exactly what we're saying.
Yeah, 100%. And Bob, there's a birthday coming up this week.
Well, besides the big one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the big one is Stan Lee. Stan Lee, he would have had a birthday on December 28th.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, but not nearly as big as December 26th. Mr. Bob
Well, there you
Lucius.
have it. Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
40 years young. My
Oh, you don't
God.
look a day over 58.
Exactly, right? I
Oh,
share my birthday with my nephew
uh-huh.
on my wife's side. So this has been a bone of contention for years, and I know he gets it as well. So I can say it. But we go over for Christmas, we spend the night, and sometimes we'd spend the next day, particularly if it fell on a weekend.
Hmm.
But we both shared December 26th as a birthday, so we'd have to share that day, that special day, right, with
Hmm.
everybody. So and then we'd have to arm wrestle and for supremacy. It just got very awkward. So
Ah,
yeah,
that's great. That's nice you can share that.
yeah.
Anything else going on with you, Bob?
Well, it's basketball season, Rick, and my son had a game tonight, and so
Oh, how'd he do?
well, he did okay. He did all right. He's getting over a bad cold, so he didn't play too much tonight because he's still sucking wind pretty good. But we went,
Mm.
because we want to support him. But I took off in the last quarter because I had to rush home, make dinner for everybody because we got a
Oh,
podcast tonight.
what'd you make?
So I made BLTs, but as you know, we don't eat meat, and so I use this sort of a fake bacon.
Sizzlean.
Well, I wish it was Sizzlean. Do you remember that Sizzlean? My gosh, I haven't heard
Yeah,
that in
Sizzlean.
forever.
Yeah, Sizzlean. That was move over, bacon. It's time for something leaner.
There's the marketing guy right there.
Right?
Yeah, right. They don't make that anymore, I don't think, do
Oh,
they?
I don't think so. No, but
Yeah.
so there was and I don't want to steal your thunder, but I was a little chubby at one point when I was a kid, and so my mom thought, well, here's a way to get me to lose weight. Instead of making me bacon, she'll make me sizzleine. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
okay, mom. That's the way I'm gonna lose weight. Yeah, yeah. What? No, don't give me oatmeal or something like
Right,
that.
right,
Give me
right.
this fake meat that you
Yeah.
fry up.
Oh my God, that's extra. That's awesome.
Yeah,
It was so tasty though. I do remember that.
yeah.
I do remember like my mom definitely used to buy that, and I remember like I could eat a whole pack in one sitting back in the day as a
Hmm.
kid. I mean, it was leaner.
Oh yeah.
You can
I
eat more.
remember. And by the way, bacon, well, is expensive today, but it was also expensive back in the day, and especially in the '70s during the inflation and all that kind of stuff. But
Right.
um, I remember one time because I was youngest of five kids in the house. And I remember one time my mom, she fried up a whole package of bacon,
Yeah.
and then she was letting it, I don't know, dry or whatever, and then she
Right.
was
Yeah.
gonna,
Okay.
make something else.
Yeah.
And my one of my brothers ate all of it. I mean, I don't know how he didn't get sick, first of all, to eat a whole package
Oh my
of
gosh.
bacon,
Yeah.
but and my mom was furious, because it was expensive and it was supposed to
Yeah.
feed the whole family. And she went through all that work because you fry and bake it, it takes
Yeah. It
time,
takes
and
time. You got to flip
and all that. And
it.
he just ate the
Yeah.
whole pile of
Oh,
bacon.
that's great. That's great. He had sort of a bacon psychotic incident, I guess.
I guess.
He lost control of his impulse control. So,
Oh man.
wow.
Before we get to tonight's episode, speaking of food, do you have any Christmas tradition food items that you like to either make or serve on Christmas, maybe?
That's interesting. I think the only thing is, I'm a pie guy, Rick. In fact,
Bob, I gotta tell you something.
yeah.
So, I'm not a pie guy,
Oh,
and we've had this conversation, right?
yeah.
So, for Thanksgiving
Hmm.
at work, they give out pies to all the employees, and you have a choice. You can
Yeah.
get apple or pumpkin or pecan, right?
Right.
Or
Okay.
pecan, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it,
Yeah.
right? And so I was like, well, we're not pie people, and we don't want to, like, have pies in the house. So
Hmm.
it's like, all right, we're going to Megan's mom for Thanksgiving, and it was, um, hey, we could bring a pie. What do you want? We're like, oh, I'm already making an apple pie, and someone's bringing pumpkin pie something. So why don't you bring the pecan pie?
All right.
Okay, great. So we
Yeah.
bring the pecan pie. Now there's a million desserts, and so the pecan pie, I think maybe two slices get
Yeah.
eaten out of it. So we get some packaged up with us to take home. I've never had pecan pie in my entire life, Bob.
Wow.
And I tried some when we brought it home.
Yeah.
I love pecan pie. Holy crap. Why did I wait my
Right.
entire life
Right.
to
Yeah.
have pecan pie? This was great. It was
Yeah.
so yummy. And I'm like, oh no, I need to lose weight. We
Yeah.
don't need to pick up a new sweet.
Yeah. You're like, it's nuts. Nuts are good for you.
I guess.
Right.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'm
Eat
sorry.
more.
Sorry for my tangent. You're a pie guy, so
Yeah,
yes.
I am. I am. And my wife made me a apple cranberry pie over the Thanksgiving holiday, and I ate
Mhm.
the whole pie.
Did you really?
I did. I did. I ate the whole pie. It took me
Not in
four
one sitting.
days,
Okay.
but no, 4 days. I cut it in quarters, and I had one. So yeah.
So
But
so Casey or Bobby didn't have any?
nope. Bobby doesn't like pies, and my wife isn't a pie person. They're cookies and cake people.
I'm a cookie guy.
Yeah. So, but for Christmas, I like my mom used to make, and I have the recipe now. It's a mint chocolate cake with mint. She used to make it with like a whipped cream frosting, but with mint in it, and so
Mm.
it's a very light mint flavor. It's not
Hmm.
overpowering. But I make a version of that, and
Oh,
so
nice.
we like to have that for Christmas. So
That's
it's
nice.
minty, like candy canes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
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 So how about yourself? Do you have a special dish for the holidays?
Um. Well, my wife, her family, her mom, would make monkey bread.
Monkey bread, yes.
Yeah, which is like the little bites of dough,
Yeah.
that are browned and with sugar
Right.
and all that kind of
Gooey.
stuff. And so now,
Yeah.
my wife makes it, and then that has been the tradition. That's kind of like our breakfast
Yeah.
on Christmas.
Good with
So
coffee.
the four of us will pick at that,
Yeah.
as we're opening presents, um, as well as uh, heavy doses of mimosas.
Oh,
So monkey bread and mimosas is
wow.
our breakfast on
M and
Christmas.
M's. Nice.
And we go through different type of mimosas. We could have, orange juice. We could have cranberry juice. We could have, like a lemon, not lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually orange juice or cranberry
Yeah.
juice. But yeah,
All right. Well,
we
you're
go,
getting your daily fruit.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
And
good for you.
that's how we start the day. And then we end up eating a lot at Meg's mom,
Yeah.
later that day.
I don't know if I'd make it to mom's if I started the day with mimosas, but maybe I'll give that a shot this year.
I highly recommend it. Should we get to today's
Yeah.
special? All right. So today we are covering a Marvel holiday special from 2004. And I find this interesting, Bob, because I I had a comic shop that started in 2004, and I remember carrying this in the store. And I'm not sure that there was one before this because I'm on marvelfandom.com, and has the previous issue was 1996. So it's like 8 years had gone by since they done a Marvel holiday special, and I guess they decided, well, it's time to do it. So this actually had a release date of November 24th, just in time for Thanksgiving, and a cover date of January. But on the cover, Bob, do you want to take the listeners through it?
Sure, it's a very simple cover, Rick. It's Spider-Man, and he's on a strand of web, and he's swinging across the cover, and he's got a Santa hat on, and behind him you see various bows of evergreen with bells and red ribbons. So it's a festive cover, and it just screams at you Christmas time.
Simply having
Oh
a
no,
wonderful
no,
Christmas time.
no. That's my kryptonite, that song. So
Really? I love
yeah.
that song. You know why? Because I love Paul McCartney. Yeah. That's one of those hate him or love him
Yeah, that's
songs.
exactly right. Yeah.
And you and I fall into both categories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the Wham Christmas song has sort of have been an earworm for me lately.
Has it? Yeah.
Yeah, that one's been giving me issues.
So I'm a little proud of this. Um, what year did George Michael die?
Oh, I don't know. It's like maybe 4 years ago, was it?
Could be like a little bit more than that, I think.
Might be, might be.
Um, so we were in a room because he died like right around Christmas.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we were at my in-laws' house, and I remember we were in this room. We were sitting around and exchanging gifts and stockings and stuff like that. And one of the sisters came into the room. She looked distraught, and she said, "Oh my God, I mean, George Michael died." And everybody gasped. And I said, "Wow, I guess it really was his last Christmas." And I was pretty proud of myself because I
Yeah, I
thought
bet
of
you
it like,
were. Yeah.
just real, real fast like that.
Yeah.
But I got some looks. Anyway, getting back to the holiday special 2004. Yeah, it's a fun cover because Spider-Man's in a Santa hat, and the artist is Kyle Andrews. All
All
right.
right.
Now this holiday special has like three stories in it, but the main, or maybe I don't know, I think three stories, but the main story is the one that we're covering today. So we're not covering all three stories. We're going to cover the first story, which is titled Bob,
Jonah's Holiday Carol.
and it is written by Tom DeFalco. Now Tom DeFalco has been a longtime editor of Marvel Comics. He's a bigwig. Been with legendary Tom DeFalco. I don't. I should have looked this up ahead of time, but I seem to recall he only did one Captain America story within the Captain America series proper. And if I remember correctly, it had Crossbones and Absorbing Man,
Hmm.
and it was maybe like drawn by Ron Friends or something like that. It just
Hmm.
that's what I'm remembering. It was one of those fill-in
Yeah.
stories, and Tom DeFalco, I believe, wrote that. The penciler and also inker of the story is Takeshi Miyazawa. Now, Takeshi has been a name that has not been around much, but 2004.
Right.
And this was Did some fill-in issues with X-Men Unlimited, Runaways. Has that kind of manga style to it. And then right after this, you might know Takeshi's work on Mary Jane. There was like a 4-issue Mary Jane series in 2004, and then after that there was the Mary Jane Homecoming 4-issue series, and then there was the Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane 15-issue series. So he kind of uh, got known with that character, and then has been with Marvel off and on all the way up to 2023. So so that artist has been around, even though it may not be a name necessarily that everybody recognizes. The colorist is Christina Strain. I have a bone to pick with Christina.
Oh,
And then
mhm.
letterer Clem Robbins and editor Ralph Macchio.
Say it. Just say it. Your fans demand it, Rick. Well, I do anyway.
Wax off. All right. So we get to, and then, by the way, if you have Marvel Unlimited, this is on Marvel Unlimited if you want to follow along, in case you don't have it at home. Now, I will say the letterer did some fancy lettering on this title page. Bob, what do you think?
Yeah, it's like old English script, isn't it, or something like that? It's very nice.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, nicely
Yeah.
done.
And we see in the the office of the Daily Bugle, we see one Jonah Jameson. Now, Bob, for those who, the one or two people listening who maybe don't know who J. Jonah Jameson is, who is he and what does he look like?
Well, he's the editor in chief of the Daily Planet, right? And
Daily Bugle.
Daily. Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Different universe, Bob.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And yeah, he's a curmudgeon. He's a beloved curmudgeon, and obviously a foe of Spider-Man. But he's an older gentleman. He's got a shock of white hair on each side of his head and a bushy black mustache. But he's definitely a beloved character in the Marvel universe.
Wow, that shock of white hair on each side, Bob. You put that mustache on, you could go for
I think
that.
so. I might, yeah, maybe if
Yeah,
I grew it out a little on top and
yeah,
mussed it up a bit. Yeah.
yeah. And that mustache, how would you describe his mustache?
It's I would describe it as a military regulation mustache, Rick,
Okay.
which I got to tell you, I can't stand.
Yeah.
It's a bugaboo. I was in the military for a long time. The military mustache regulations, it cannot extend past the edge of the mouth,
Right.
right? And so, which just seems unnatural.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. And in some cases, sometimes he has a Hitler mustache.
Yeah, sometimes, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Hmm. Um, so here he is, and watching somebody hang up like a Happy Holidays sign, and he says, "Bah, humbug." The next line is humbug, and we turn, and who is it?
It's Peter Parker.
AKA Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Very funny, Parker. What are you doing here? I don't pay you to stand around the office cracking wise. That's right, Jonah. I'm a freelancer. You don't actually pay me. You merely buy my photos. A subtle but profound difference. What's with the Grinch routine, anyway? I thought everyone loved the holidays. That just shows what a pinhead you are. I hate this season almost as much as I do a certain web-headed weirdo. My employees think they can use Christmas as an excuse to pick my pocket. Everyone expects the day off with pay, plus a holiday bonus. Since when do you give bonuses? All I ever got was a key to the washroom. Hmm. No need to thank me for all the hand soap and toilet paper I supply out of the generosity of my heart. And let's not forget that I also sponsor a holiday office party. And then, turning from his desk, looking at JJJ, Who is it, Bob?
That's Robbie Robertson.
And who's he?
Well, I don't know. He works for Jonah Jameson at the Daily Bugle? I'm not sure what his exact title is.
I think he's an editor, right?
He's an editor. Yeah,
Yeah, kind of managing editor, I want to say.
probably that sounds about right.
So he calls Jonah out on what he just said. Jonah, you make the staff pay for the catering and decorations. True, Robbie, but I do allow them to hold the party in the office and don't even charge for utilities. And then coming in is a young man holding up, looks like some sort of book. Mr. Jameson, the police scanner is reporting a major disturbance on the docks. At last, a reason to celebrate. We could use an exciting front page for tomorrow's edition. Robbie, we need to get a reporter down there and someone to take pictures. That's where you come in, Parker. Here's your big chance to earn a ring for that key and... Parker? And Peter Parker is gone. Huh. I'll see if the TV boys know anything we don't. And Jonah goes into his office. Does the chief usually check the coverage on the news stations? Nah, that's just the excuse he uses whenever he wants to sneak a quick nap. And what's Robbie have on his computer, Bob?
It looks like he might be playing solitaire, Rick, or maybe blackjack.
I think, yeah, it looks like solitaire.
Yeah.
And then on the TV, what do we hear?
You can also use light olive oil instead of melted butter to baste your holiday turkey. And
just the usual holiday tripe. Not one station seems to have the doc story. With a little luck, the Daily Bugle may get an exclusive. I couldn't ask for a better holiday gift.
And now, our special presentation of Charles Dickinson's A Christmas Carol.
I think it's Charles Dickens.
It says Dickinson's.
What?
Yeah, there's two S's.
Well, that would be Charles Dickens.
Dickinson's.
There's no S-O-N-S. You're saying Dickinson's.
I said Dickinson's.
Exactly.
That's two S's. If it had one S, it'd be Dickens.
But you sound like you're saying Dickinson's. S-O-N-S. That's what it sounds like.
Mine may sound that way, but it's two S's. But I'll pronounce it the other way. And now our special presentation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
I can't believe that anyone actually watches this baloney.
Marley was dead. There was no doubt about it. Old Marley was as dead as a doornail. But Scrooge had never painted out his name.
And at this point, Jonah rests his head on the couch and closes his eyes. Jonah, Jonah, you are in grave danger. You're Norman Osborn. And who is it, Bob?
That's who it is. It's Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin.
But how would you describe him?
Well, he's got his Green Goblin attire on, sans mask. So it's sort of a green and purplish outfit, but he's wearing chains around his body and manacles on his wrists.
How did you get into my office? What are you doing in that crazy getup? This is no time for stupid questions, Jameson. I'm here to warn you. And he points at him. I used to be a lot like you, a man consumed with bitterness and hatred, a man obsessed with power and money. Look at me now. I am cursed to wander the earth, bound by these chains and the weight of my own crimes. You're headed for a similar fate unless you change your ways. This is some kind of elaborate joke, right? It's one of those hidden camera things. Jonah, you must listen to me. You'll be visited by 3 messengers during the course of this night. If you want to escape my punishment, you must heed their warnings. You're leaving? Don't take this the wrong way, but I really wish you'd call for an appointment the next time you want to see me. And on the phone, it's Ben Urich, reporter for the Daily Bugle. Hello. This is Ben Urich, and I need to speak to Joe Robertson. I'm down at the docks, and we could be facing another end of the world scenario. Some kind of giant force bubble is rising from the Hudson. Captain America and the Avengers just arrived, but they can't seem to stop the blasted thing. And who's there, Bob?
Well, it's the Avengers, Rick. So we got Thor and Cap, of course, and Iron Man and Hawkeye and Wasp and Yellow Jacket.
Ben, is there any chance you can get some close enough to grab a quote from Captain America? We cut to Jonah, who's still lying on the couch with his eyes closed. Captain America? And sure enough, there's Cap standing in front of Jonah in his office. I hope I haven't startled you, Mr. Jameson. I thought you were expecting me. I'm so glad to see you, Cap. You're not like any of those other masked lunatics. They're just a bunch of publicity seeking phonies. But you may actually be the unselfish crusader for justice that you pretend to be. Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, was here earlier. He broke into my office and threatened me. You can relax, Mr. Jameson. You're safe on my watch. Come with me. There are a few things I need to show you. And he grabs him by the arm, and they start to dissolve.
Yes.
Whoa, doesn't anyone use the door anymore? Do you remember this street, Mr. Jameson? And Bob, what are the two of them looking at?
Well, it looks to be a city street, and it's a wintry night. The street is covered with snow, and there's snowfall in the background with a single street light. And there's a little boy walking down the street by himself.
It it looks a lot like the neighborhood where I grew up in. And that boy, if I didn't know better, I'd swear it was me. And then they're looking inside the window of this apartment, and we see the boy in question hugging his mom. And there's a Christmas tree with presents there. Wait, I remember this Christmas. I was with my mother the day she first saw that hat in the store window. I knew how much she wanted it. I saved all the money I made as a paper boy so that I could buy it for her. She always said it was the best present she ever received. What the heck is going on here? How did you produce such an elaborate illusion? Am I the victim of a convoluted conspiracy, or did I suddenly develop a brain tumor? Try to calm down, sir. As far as I know, aside from an occasional bout of high blood pressure, you're in excellent health for a man of your age. I'm just here to remind you of a time when you actually look forward to the holidays. And you admired costume heroes. And the next scene they're in, Bob, how would you describe what's going on?
It looks like my bedroom, Rick. It is a young boy's bedroom, and we see a young John, we see a young Jameson sitting on the floor, surrounded by comic books as he reads one. And on the walls, we see posters of Captain America and the Human Torch, the Red Raven, and the All Winners Squad, as well as pictures of Cap and Bucky and the Submariner. So it is, man, it's a golden age dream for a young boy.
100%. And by the way, the uniform Cap is wearing, the stripe from the buckle to the white star, magically turned back to where it should be in red, as opposed to previously where it was white.
Yeah. Inconsistent for sure.
Come on, colorist. You got one job. Yeah, but yeah, on the posters and everything on wow, yeah, it's got Cap punching out Hitler.
Yeah, it's great. It's a
All
great scene.
winners. Yeah, that's really really cool. And he's got all these comics and he's reading. So basically, J. Jonah Jameson was a comic book and superhero fan back when he was a child. I was only a naive and ignorant child. I didn't learn the truth about you masked menaces until I grew up. I didn't know how dangerous you all were until a masked gunman murdered your first wife. Do you remember the holiday before your wife was murdered? You celebrated it with her and your young son. We we were happy, so happy. John loved jets. He always dreamed of being a pilot and an astronaut. And we are looking in on a scene where Jonah is there with his wife, and they're much younger, and a little John is, couldn't be more than 4 or 5 years old, and he's opening up his presents. After your wife was murdered, you buried yourself in work and stopped celebrating the holidays with your son. It wasn't my fault. I was so wrapped in grief that I just couldn't. I understand, sir. You suffered a terrible tragedy, and you have my sympathy. It's easy to see why you don't trust anyone who wears a mask or costume. Don't you dare patronize me. You costume charlatans are all alike. You must have something to hide, or you wouldn't conceal your true identities. The public has a right to know the truth about you. Are you really interested in the truth, Mr. Jameson? 2 years ago, on this very day, the X-Men risked their lives to stop Magneto and a few of his associates from causing a massive earthquake that would have flattened New York City. And were scenes of seeing all these X-Men and so on. This is the first I'm hearing about it. Why wasn't it reported? I might have been able to increase the circulation of the Daily Bugle with a cover story like that. After averting the disaster, the X-Men saw no need to panic the public. That's what you say. Why should I believe you? Can you even prove this battle really happened? You'll just have to take my word for it. The word of a costume charlatan. Come along, Mr. Jameson. My work is finally done, but you still have a long night ahead of you. And they cut back to the couch, and Jameson still has his eyes closed, but all of a sudden, his eyes are wakened to, who is it,
Oh
Bob?
my gosh, it's the Thing, Rick.
And how would you describe what the thing looks like right now?
Well, he's wearing his Fantastic Four uniform pants in royal blue, but he's also got an elf hat on with a shiny brass bell at the tip of the hat.
Yeah, and he's shirtless.
And shirtless, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Rise and shine, sleeping beauty. I ain't got all night. We got places to go and people to see. Bad enough I have to play nursemaid to you. I ain't gonna make a career out of it. You're the thing. Why on earth would I go anywhere with you? Don't ask me, pal. I'm just a hired help. It's your dream. If that's true, I've had more than enough already. I demand to wake up immediately. And he grabs and pulls him out of the couch and holds him up high. Forget it, chum. It don't work like that. You and me are going on a little trip. Let's just try to make the best of it. Hang on to your shorts, Smiley. It's traveling time. And they are apparitions hovering over a building. Where where are we? It's the Baxter Building, the home and headquarters for me and the rest of the ever-loving Fantastic Four. I know you ain't big on the holidays, but I want to show you how we kick it FF style. And what do we see, Bob?
Well, we see well, we see Mr. Fantastic putting bulbs up high up on a tree, and we see Johnny. Is he roasting chestnuts? Does anybody roast chestnuts?
Oh my goodness. All right, I have a funny story for you.
Or
I might get parts of this story wrong, but I think I'll get the heart of the story correct. And I wish my wife was here because she tells this story much better because she was there. So when she was little, she had a hamster and they named it Chestnut. And they had Chestnut in a kind of a glass terrarium type of thing. And I guess this was a new hamster, and it was around Christmas time. So, hey, we got a hamster for Christmas. I don't know. Well, one night they put the terrarium on a radiator.
Oh no.
And next day, yeah, I'm afraid the hamster was cooked.
Poor Chestnut.
In the glass terrarium. It was like it just heated up
Oh my
sitting on
gosh.
top of the radiator. Yeah.
How does one recover from that?
Um, I don't know, but Megan's stepdad started singing Chestnut Roasting on an Open Fire.
Oh no.
And and now that song has a whole new meaning.
Has a whole, yeah. Oh my gosh. That's some therapy right there. Oh,
Uh,
but I did see, I was at the grocery store last week and they were selling chestnuts in the produce section. And I'm like, who the heck roasts chestnuts? Am I missing out on something? You know? Do I gotta
it could be your pecan pie, Bob. You never know.
it could be. I gotta like look up maybe a recipe. Maybe I can get them on a discount after tomorrow. That's my mission. That's it. I'll report in on my success. I'm going to do this.
Can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, come back next episode.
Bob tells you about roasting his nuts.
That's right. And then coming in with Sue Storm is Alicia, which is Thing's girlfriend. I hope everyone's hungry. Alicia and I have been slaving in the kitchen all day, and floating in on one of those little bubbles that Visible Woman can create is a Thanksgiving turkey on a platter. Okay, I get it already. You costume clowns are just like everyone else when it comes to celebrating the holidays. Can we go now? All this holiday cheer is breaking my heart. Keep it up, Chuckles, and your heart won't be the only casualty. Where have you taken me? Wait, those are Parker's people. I figure you ought to see how some regular folks mark the season. And there's Mary Jane standing in the living room with Aunt May, and she's holding her and comforting her. Are you all right, Aunt May? I, I'm fine, Mary Jane. I just miss my Ben around this time of year. He used to love the holidays. Peter is so lucky to have you in his life. Where is that boy anyway? He should have been here hours ago. He has to take some pictures for the Daily Bugle. I can't believe Jonah Jameson has him working on Christmas Eve. I provide Parker with a chance to earn a decent living, and that's the thanks I get. It's it's my own fault for being such a pushover. Yeah, you're all heart. And they zap away from that living room to the dock in question, where there was that uh, Ben Urk was saying how there was a big battle going on with the Avengers. What's this? Didn't you hear the news? A bunch of baddies are throwing their own version of a holiday bash. Instead of a sled and 8 tiny reindeer, they came in some kind of force bubble. And who are the baddies, Bob?
Well, we've got a few. We've got the absorbing man, and looks like maybe bulldozer, and I don't know if that's Thunderball up there. I don't know who the other guy is. I don't know. I don't know who the guy is with the purple hat.
Oh, that's the wrecker.
That's the wrecker. Okay.
Yeah, because that's his crew, the wrecking crew.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. Are you sure it's safe for us to be here? A lot of people depend on me for their livelihoods. A man in my position can't be too careful. But it's all right for your flunkies to risk their necks. Parker's a big boy. He makes his own decisions. And sure enough, we do see Peter Parker. He's there with his camera, taking photos, and coming at him is pile drivers. And Parker's kind of hidden behind, well, maybe not so hidden, but he's behind a big crate, and the pile driver comes running at him, missing the Black Panther, and instead running into uh, the big crates in front of Parker. Besides, he's performing a valuable public service by taking these pictures for the. Oh no! Hold it! We can't leave while Parker's in danger. What's going to happen to him? That ain't for me to say. Time to shake a leg, Sweet Pea. We got one last stop to make. And where are they, Bob?
They're at Ralphie's bar, which looks like a happening place, Rick.
Wonder if that's after Ralph Macchio. What do
Oh
you think?
yeah.
I don't understand why you brought me here. I've never been to this dump in my life. Maybe not, but there's someone inside you need to see. This is ridiculous. None of these people look familiar. They're not my sort. Take a closer look, Pally. John? I didn't know he was in town. And there is his grown up son sitting at the bar. Why is my son spending the holidays in a dive like this? Where else can he go? He already knows that you hate this season almost as much as you hate a certain web headed weirdo. And at this point, we're back at the couch, and Jonah, with his eyes closed, makes a noise. And we cut to Robbie, who is on the phone with Eric. Speak up, Eric. I can barely hear you above the commotion. What's happening now? Spider Man has joined the Avengers, and I think the battle has reached a critical juncture. Oh no, not you! And Jonah opens up his eyes, and who's he seeing, Bob?
It's Spider-Man himself, Rick.
Yeah, and I like how he's just hanging upside down.
Right, comfy.
Like he lowered himself from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Season's greetings, sunshine. The fun's just begun. You and I are going on a little holiday road trip. Spider Man! Are you completely insane, you mirror eyed moron? I'm not going anywhere with you. It's not like you have a choice, Jameson. We're going to take a little peek at what the future holds for everyone's favorite skinflint, so you might as well enjoy the ride. And he sweeps in, running away Jonah, and grabs him from behind. And where do they end up, Bob?
They're at a what appears to be some sort of memorial or a monument, and it's to the Avengers, Rick. It's a big stone statues of Iron Man and Thor and Yellow Jacket, the Wasp, Captain America, and Hawkeye.
And he's kneeling on the snowy ground. Whoa, what is this monstrosity? It's a monument to the brave heroes who died during the dockside battle. They sacrificed their lives to protect this city. What about Peter Parker? When I last saw him, a pile of crates was about to. And Spider Man doesn't say anything. No, please, no. And they show up with Mary Jane and Aunt May. Aunt May's sitting in a old recliner. Mary Jane is pouring her some tea. Parker's family never recovered from his loss. His Aunt May fell into a deep depression, and Mary Jane had become her full-time caregiver. This is my fault. I pushed him too hard. If I'd only treated him better. Is there anything I could do for them? Plenty, but it'll be much too little and far too late. Besides, you have your own problems. And Spider-Man and Jonah show back at the office, but it's all gone. This is my newsroom, but where is everyone? And everything's gone. The office furniture, computers, everything. Without Parker to snap the pictures to the front page, the Bugle's circulation plummeted. You were forced to sell the business to a developer who plans to convert this building into luxury condos. You did this to me on purpose, you masked mental case. You've always wanted to destroy me. I'll bet you're proud of yourself. And then we zap to, what are we seeing, Bob?
Oh my gosh, it's Doctor Doom. The top panel of this page is Doctor Doom, and then there appears to be a battle going on between the Fantastic Four and the Wrecking Crew and Doctor Doom.
I find this scene interesting because Doctor Doom is firing this gigantic blast from his gauntlet, and Mr. Fantastic is contorting his body around the blast, pushing simultaneously the Thing away and Invisible Woman away.
Yeah.
And I thought she had like this force field thing. Like, wouldn't she be using that to deflect the blast as opposed to being pushed away by her husband?
Well, I think that makes sense, but maybe he just saw it was going to happen first.
To tell you the truth, I haven't had the time to gloat. There's been a war going on ever since the Avengers fell in battle, and the good guys are losing. Congratulations, Flat Top. Our numbers grow smaller with each passing day. It's only a matter of time before the city becomes the hero-free zone you've always wanted. And next thing you know, we see Dr. Octopus battling Daredevil. You can't pin the blame on me. I never asked for this. What? The wall-crawling coward deserted me. It figures. He was obviously lying and couldn't bear to face me any longer. And he's walking in an alleyway late at night. I don't know how I ended up here, but it really doesn't matter. I'm awake at last. The nightmare is finally over. I'll just catch a cab back to the office. Hey, buddy, can you spare a few bucks? Get your filthy hands up. That voice. And he sees and he recognizes it. Who is it?
It's his son, Rick. It's John.
And how would you describe John?
He is quite disheveled, even more so than we saw him at Ralphie's place. So his blonde hair is long. He's unshaven. His clothes are torn and stained. He's sitting on a wooden box in an alleyway.
John? And he wakes up and he's on his couch back in his office. And he tears open the doors from his office to look out into his bullpen. Joe, I need a quick update on that dockside battle. Has anyone reported any fatalities? Not a one, Jonah. With the aid of Spider-Man, the Avengers subdued the perps and turned them over to the police. Eric is currently polishing the story at his desk, and Pete took some great pictures for the front page. Parker, you're alive! I was worried about you, my boy. I was so glad you escaped those falling crates. Crates? What crates? Huh. To show my appreciation for all your hard work, I've decided to pay you an extra $10 for the picture we use on tomorrow's front page. Wow, 10 whole bucks? I just may treat myself to a Starbucks and Danish on the trip home. And walking through the door, who is it?
Again, it's his son John, but he's not disheveled anymore. He's wearing a suit and he's well groomed and his hair's combed.
Dad? John! It's so good to see you, son. I've missed you so much. What are you doing here? Where else would I go? I came to spend the holidays with you, and you always spend them at the office. We're going to start a new tradition this year. Things will be different from now on. I promise. Jonah, the caterer just arrived with the food. When can we start our office party? There's no time like the present, and I'm going to celebrate this holiday season by picking up the entire tab. And then we cut to a double page splash, and it's all the characters from the story, and they all say at the same time, Bob, Happy holidays, everyone! We got that.
Ho,
Ah.
ho!
And then we cut to the final page of the story, and we see a very happy J. Jonah Jameson. This is the best holiday ever. You throw a great party, Mr. Jameson. Thank you, my good man. I've always been a giver, a soft hearted and generous soul who loves to share my good fortune with the people around me. I don't believe we've ever met. Are you a new employee? Oh, no. I don't work here. I'm just the caterer, and I was told to give you the bill. And he looks at the bill. Out! Bah! Humbug! And he walks off. The end.
Classic.
Yeah.
What a
It is a
heartwarming
classic.
story,
Right?
right?
I mean, it's based on a classic story, and we've all seen versions of this.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point, right? I mean, like the Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens is a classic story, and it's for a reason, right? Because it's a warning tale that we really need to appreciate what we have and really consider and think about our loved ones, what's important, what matters most, and no wonder it's been told in many, many, many different variations, including this one over the decades.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely enjoyed. Great selection, Rick. I'm glad you pulled this one out of the archives.
Yeah, normally this episode would have been the anniversary show, but technically, Bob, right? Technically, our 5 year anniversary is not for another 2 days. So I thought we could get away this year with doing a Christmas theme one, classic holiday tale, and then we'll come back next
Mhm.
episode, Bob, for the 5 year anniversary show, which we'll get to in just a moment. But before we get into that, Bob, you go first. What is your favorite panel?
Well, I'm going to have to go with that one, I think, on page 7 of J. Jonah Jameson's bedroom as a small child, Rick. I'm a fan of the Golden Age and a lot of those comics and comic characters. I mean, come on. This is like my dream come true.
Not happy about.
I hear Debbie Grant in my head. I was in high school driving. We decided during a field trip, a class trip to Orlando, we all decided a hoot and holler, the 12 of us would walk through the drive-through at Burger King or McDonald's, whatever it was, I can't remember. And I remember Debbie Grant in her very high nasally voice saying, "It's like a dream come true." Unironically for her. And that always comes into my mind. But this bedroom, it's like a dream come true, Rick.
Okay. You took mine, Bob.
Yeah, well,
Not happy.
That's
It's a good one. You
good
picked a
one.
great
I mean,
one.
yeah.
I can't be upset with you
Yeah,
because you picked a good one.
it is
But
what it is.
now I got to pivot, Bob.
Yeah.
Ah, well, I'm going to go with page in the digital version. I'm going to go with page 24, panel 3, and it is J. Jonah Jameson giving his son a big hug with a huge smile expressed all over his face. I'll go with that one because what dad doesn't want to give his son that he hasn't seen in a while a big old hug?
Yeah. On the holidays, right? Home for the holidays.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll
Good
go with that
choice.
one.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Well, what about your t-shirt?
I'm going to go on with the digital copy. I guess it's page 18. And it is a close up of J. Jonah Jameson's face, which he looks uh, uh, surprised and angered at the same time. And he says, "Oh no, not you." That's going on my t-shirt, Bob.
I have a
For days I'm feeling a little snarky.
yeah.
I'm gonna wear that one.
Good. I like that. I like that. I'm going to do a J. Jonah Jameson as one as well. It's the last page of this story when he looks at the receipt and goes, "Arr!"
That'll work.
Yeah, because I think people would look at that T-shirt and go, "What the heck is going on?" It's a conversation starter, Rick.
It
Yeah, and
really
you know
is.
me, Mr. Social Butterfly. I like to
Yeah,
start
yeah. You just
conversations with complete
walking
strangers.
around going, "Somebody ask me about my t-shirt, please." Right?
Right, right, exactly.
All right, Bob, what's going in your
All
time
right.
capsule?
This was a tough one, Rick. A
It
tough one.
was. It
But
really
I
was.
I decided to go
Oh, you're on your phone?
yeah, my computer's frozen right now.
Oh,
So um is this gonna work for you? I don't know.
we'll make it work.
I mean, otherwise I can try to reboot, but um
That's all right.
all right. Is it good? All right. Well, anyway, I had to like go out in left field on this one, Rick. And what I decided to do was to go with it's the first and only appearance of Earth TRN 905.
What?
Earth TRN 905. This is the first and only appearance of that reality. And here's the cool thing. I didn't know what TRN stood for. Do you know what TRN stands for?
I sure don't.
Yeah, well, whoa, you there?
I'm here.
My computer just shut down. So apparently, it means temporary reality number. So, as you know, in the Marvel universe, there are all kinds of Earths and parallel universes, multiverses. But for those that haven't been assigned a permanent number, like Earth 616, they use TRNs. So for this story, TRN 905 is the alternate reality in Jameson's dream world relative to this story. So it's the first and only appearance, but there's many TRNs listed in the Marvel database in addition to actual alternate Earths. So I'm going with that.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, it's off the
Sure.
wall, but I'm fascinated by that whole numbering scheme. So
You got to pivot, just like you pivoted with our connection difficulty. So you are now
right,
on your phone as opposed to the computer. So if anyone's watching this, they're like, "What the heck just happened?" That's what you're seeing there.
yeah. Well, what do you got in your time capsule?
Well, Bob, it was a tough one. I agree with
What's
you. So I'm
yeah.
going to go with the one where J. Jonah Jameson offers to give Peter Parker $10 more. That may not have or have ever happened since. So I think that is very much relevant to this particular time period in this story.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It really is.
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas miracles, so after we get through Christmas, what's the next holiday? Well, that would be New Year's Eve, and that is when the next episode comes out. And the theme to this one for this year is for our 5 year anniversary, because we are tying it in with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, depending on when you listen. It is what is Steve Rogers' New Year's resolution?
Nice.
So that is the theme. And we put this out there to our listeners. And so we will have some audio, we'll have some video sent in with your suggestions on what is Steve Rogers' New Year's resolution. If you want some inspiration, you can always go back to our 4 year, right after our 4 year anniversary show, episode 221. You and I did, and this came out on January 1st, 2025, top 10 Captain America's New Year resolutions. Now, these are our ideas, but I can't wait next week to hear what our listeners are putting in. And then, in addition to that, Bob, as is the, history of doing our anniversary show, we go back and we look at the last year. We'll go back and look at 2025. What was our favorite moments? What were our favorite episodes? What were our favorite interviews? We will take a look at 2026. What is the long tail story that we plan on doing?
Mhm.
What is on our bucket list that we want to do in 2026? We will exchange presents on air. That is always a fun time.
Always fun. Yep.
And there might be a few other surprises as well.
It's going to be a great show, Rick. Undoubtedly. And I know the listeners are going to be creative as all get out with their resolutions for Steve. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Bob, any final comments before we close the show?
I think I just want to say to everyone, God bless us all, everyone.
Yes.
First,
Absolutely.
happy holidays, my friends.
Yeah, to all of our listeners, we are very thankful for you, and we want to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, in whatever holiday your spirit resides. May the joy of the season, of friends, of family, of peace resonate with you throughout 2026.
Happy,
Happy
holidays,
holidays, everyone!
everyone.
We could do that better. Try it again.
All right.
Happy
Happy holiday.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Happy
holiday.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Happy
holidays.
God. All right. All right. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we do right away. Happy holidays. All right. 1, 2, 3. Happy holidays, everyone. We got that.
Oh.
Ah.